I'm eating some of Dylan's little gummy bears. No one tell him. Okay, I ate all the Reese's during my 24-hour readathon. Anyways. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, I don't know what the bookmas day it is. Don't ask me. Alright, so today is going to be bookmas day 8. I hope you guys are excited. We're going to be talking about some new releases in 2025. If I have to say how excited I am for 2025 new releases, I don't think I'm as excited, which kind of sucks because last year, I swear everyone was coming out with books. All of my favorite authors had something coming out. Not the full exact length, like there are some authors that don't put out their new releases dates until the new year. So there are just like, this is just the sums that I've been seeing, and then I went on to Goodreads and I found some other books that I thought would be very interesting. So I have a nice little list. I'm gonna start from January and then we're gonna go all the way down until we hit all the ones that I have out right now. Like I just said, this is not the full list, but these are the ones that authors that I've been following and I'm very excited to see and to read. So without further ado, let me eat this and then we can get started. So of course, we're gonna start with January. We have a couple. I'm gonna be looking at my phone too, so I'm not avoiding you guys. So we have 2 books so far for January. The first one is going to be Beg, Borrow, or Steal, and this is the 3rd book in the When in Rome series. So I read both When in Rome. I read this one this year, and then the following year I read Practice Makes Perfect. Did not like When in Rome. I did DNF that one. It just wasn't speaking to me. I might pick it up because like that was a very soft DNF. I really did like Practice Make Perfect. So I just wanted to try this one because I do like Sarah Adams' writing. It was just the first one just didn't do it for me, but I did really like the second. I'm gonna read the synopsis for you guys very quickly. 2 feuding 2nd grade teachers and neighbors find themselves teaming up in this rivals to lovers romance. Emily Walker hates having her carefully crafted world disrupted by anyone, most of all her legendary nemesis Jack Bennett. He's the opposite of the wonderful heroes she's dreamed up in her double life as a romance writer, which is why Emily was perfectly happy when Jack left Rome, Kentucky, mid-school year with his fiancée. The last thing Emily saw coming was Jack's return at the start of the summer after calling off the wedding and ending his relationship. But he's here to stay as her colleague and her neighbor. Jackson Bennett is glad to be back, eager to renovate his house and work the next mystery novel under his best-selling pen name. When he realizes he's now neighbors with the one woman who has always pushed his buttons, he discovers some things he's even more excited for, thwarting Emily and her petty plans to sabotage his return. With their chemistry fueled animosity at an all-time high, Emily accidentally sends an email to their school's principal that could reveal her manuscript, and Jack, she hates to admit, is just the man to help her. Surprisingly, Jack agrees with their unlikely alliance put an end to their rivalry. I thought that was very interesting because, you know, they're teachers, but they're also writers, and I thought that was very intriguing. I do like them being teachers. I don't think I've ever read one that had teachers, like a book with teachers in it, so I thought that was very exciting, and I'm very excited for that one to come out. That one is to come out January 7th, if you want to know, so pretty soon, if we're being honest. Okay, so the next book is going to be Onyx Storm, and that was very aggressive. The next one is Onyx Storm. This one is going to be January 21st that it comes out. You guys have no idea how excited I am. Fourth Wing, I got through that very quickly. I just loved the plot and everything in that world. Iron Flame, to me, I loved the first half. The second half, I felt like it needed some work, but everything that ended, the ending to Iron Flame was crazy, and I literally need Onyx Storm so bad. I asked my grandma, my baba, if I can go book shopping with her to get this because we both have just been chit-chatting about it and how excited we are. So, but I'm so incredibly excited. I can't say anything about this book. Oh my god, I just died. Anyways, I saw on someone's TikTok that they were watching like Rebecca Yaros's, I don't know, one of her videos or something, and in the back you can see Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm right next to each other, and they're freaking out because Onyx Storm is smaller than Iron Flame. I think that is a good thing. I'm hoping that that means like all the unnecessary bits and the longing bits are out, because I did feel like Iron Flame, after that first half, it really slowed down and it got really boring to me. So I'm hoping that in the 3rd book it's like perfection. I do want to have more in the plot. I feel like we're not seeing a lot of the bad guy. They just kind of show up and then they leave. It's just one I've been very anticipated, and the book cover is so beautiful. They're just gonna look so good all together. For January, that's the only 2 that I'm really looking forward to. If I'm being honest, looking at my list, like there's not a lot that is coming out like that has been told, so this list is kind of tiny. Okay, so now we're gonna get into February. In February, the first one that is gonna be coming out that I'm so excited for is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, and this is February 4th. I honestly haven't heard anything about this book, if I'm being completely honest. I am very excited for it to come out, and I probably will say that for every single book, I swear. So this one, competitive diver and an ace swimmer. Scarlett, a junior at Standard and a student athlete who specializes in platform diving. Scarlett prefers to keep her head down, concentrate on getting into med school and recovering from the injury that almost ended her career. She has no time for relationships. Swim captain, world champion all-around aquatics golden boy Lucas Blomqvist thrives on discipline. It's how he wins gold medals and breaks records, completely focused with every stroke. On the surface, Lucas and Scarlett have nothing in common. Well-guarded secret slips out and everything changes, so they start an arrangement, and as the pressure leading to the Olympic heats up, so does their relationship. It was supposed to be temporary, mutually satisfying fling, but when staying away from Lucas becomes impossible, Scarlett realizes that her heart might be treading into dangerous waters. She does such a good job. Like, I feel like also in books, I feel like she always aces down I don't even know, the tension, the feeling. I feel like even in the STEM series, like she does her research on things. Does that make sense, y'all? I don't know. She just does her research, and I feel like everything always comes together really well, and I just enjoy everything. Freaking excited for this book. The second one is one that I'm not too excited for, but I am excited to get into the series next year. It's The Heartless Hunter. It's the second book, which is Rebel Witch, and that comes out February 18th. I wanted to add this in because I'm sure a lot of you guys have already read this book. I have not. I would really like to read it, so that's why I put it here. I heard that one is a witch, and I believe a witch hunter. I want to say, so it does remind me a lot of Serpent and Dove, but everyone's loved that book, so I definitely want to pick it up. Like, perfect timing, you know, I don't have to wait for the second one. I can just finish that book and then go to the second one. So that's an idea there. So that's everything for February. Only 2 books I'm looking forward to. March, we have a couple that are coming out. We have 2 coming out on the same day. So the first one is gonna be Wildside. Wildside comes out, and that comes out on March 4th, and I thought that would be like a good one to have on my mind. So this is in the Rose Hill series, and this one just came out. I believe she, like, first 2 books come out this year. I swear she spits out books, you know. It's not like you have to wait too long for the next one. So I'm really excited. I do want to get into this series. I have the first one, and I feel like this one is a smaller one, but I do want to finish Chestnut Springs first and then get into that one because I did really like the first book. So I'm hoping to get through Chestnut Springs and then be able to start this series, and that's once again why I have it on my little like TBR of new releases. So this is one that I am excited for, and I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be fun. So here's some tropes if you want to know. So it's marriage of convenience, single dad, she hates him but he's obsessed with her. Oh wait, no, this is someone that's just saying, it just sounds, there's a betrayal. I don't know, y'all. I just read someone's comment and that's what they hope that it is. Oh, it's Tabby and Reese. I don't know. I need to read the other ones, obviously, but knowing that that one's coming out, I love when like series are complete and I get to just read them and binge them, but I hate, especially in fantasy, where like I start a new book and then I have to wait like 2 years and then the next one comes out and then I have to reread the first book, you know what I'm saying? So the next book in March is going to be Oathbound, and that is in the Legendborn series. I think there's 2 books out right now. I do have Legendborn right now. I just haven't read it yet, but the vibes that it has with Merlin and then the secret society sounds very cool, and I am excited for the third one to come out. That one also just has a gorgeous truck cover. Once again, I would tell you, but it's a series and I don't want to be spoiled, but the first one just looks so pretty, so I'm hoping that I can read that next year and then I can get into the third one. It just sounds like exciting and fun to get into it. If you are wondering, that one is going to come out March 4th as well. Yeah, and then the last one for March, I can't believe I forgot this one, is coming out March 18th. Sunrise on the Reaping. It's Hamish's book. I'm very excited. I love the Hunger Game movies. I have never read the books. I really want to get into some books that I missed as a kid. I never fully finished Harry Potter. I think I read 2 books and then I never finished it. I never ever read Hunger Games. I've never read Divergent. I've never read Twilight. It's just because like all these books to me, when I was younger, I hated reading because I was so bad with it, and like my reading level was pretty low. So to me, those books were just too big, and I was like, no. But it kind of makes me happy that I can read those books now for the first time and kind of like make my childhood happier. I just had a really hard time reading when I was younger. I really wanted to read Hunger Games, but they were very like threatening to me. So I do hope that I can read Hunger Games this year, and then I can also read Hamish's book because I love Hamish. He is amazing. So I do really want to read that one, and I also want to do like a whole like Hunger Games like rewatch. I do not remember like anything from the Hunger Games. I haven't watched it in forever, and I was pretty young when I watched it, and I just never really went back to it. I'm hoping that I can read it because it's just like, it was so good, and I freaking love, like I remember seeing it in the theaters and stuff. So yeah, so that is coming out March 18th like I said, and now we're having April. In April, we have 5 books coming out. So the first one is Say You'll Remember Me, and this is by Abby Jimenez. I don't think this one is as part of a series, but I can kind of tell you what is going to be happening in it. The cover I think is just so beautiful too. I read my first Abby Jimenez book this year in my 24-hour readathon with Sid and Becca. If you want, go watch it. We had a lovely time with it. We were dying by then, I will tell you that. So for this one, there might be no such thing as a perfect guy, but Xavier Rush comes disastrously close. A gorgeous veterinarian giving Greek god vibes, all while cuddling a tiny kitten. Immediately, yes. This is until Xavier opens his mouth and proves that even sculpted gods can say the absolute wrong thing. Like, really wrong. Of course, there's nothing Samantha loves more than proving an asshole wrong, unless of course he can admit he made a mistake. But after one incredibly and seemingly endless date, possibly the best in living history, Samantha is forced to admit the truth that her family is in crisis and any kind of relationship would be impossible. Samantha begs Xavier to forgive her, to remember their night together as a perfect moment, as crushing as that might be. Only no amount of distance or time is nearly enough to forget that something between them. And the only thing better than one single perfect memory is to make a life and even a love worth remembering. I don't know. Okay, wait, stop. He's a veterinarian, a goddess, a Greek goddess with a kitten. Jack, I think I'm gonna be better at buddy reading. Let me text Sid. Just texted her. We'll see what she says. That one comes out April 1st. Loved the vibes that I got from her book, and I cannot wait to read it. It's just like the way she sets a scene, the way she puts those two characters together, I freaking love it. The next one is going to be Fearless, and this is the last book in Lauren Roberts' Powerless trilogy. I thought I liked Powerless more in the beginning, but as time went on, oh my god, Sid said 24-hour readathon. Yes. Okay, so I read Powerless. Did I like that one? Not so much, because I feel like her writing was very, not like childish, but it just wasn't for me, and I feel like it was a lot of repetition and stuff, and as I went on, I realized I just didn't like that book as much. The second book, I can't remember the name, came out this year. Fearless is the next one. The Fearless cover is absolutely freaking gorgeous. I would tell you what this book is about, but also 1, it's in a series, 2, I don't want to be spoiled, and 3, it's in a series. But the cover is so pretty. I don't know. I want to give this series a second chance. Fearless comes out April 8th. And Chantra came out this year. I think like it's sometime in February. Everyone is eating up that book. I wasn't gonna read it, but then I saw fan art of like him and her in a library, and someone said like you called or something, and I was like, add to cart. I need to read that book, and I really want to next year. I'm really trying to get back into more fantasy and to enjoy fantasy and, you know, take 20 years to read it, so I'm definitely gonna try to pick up that book. Phantasma, or no. Guys, I'm sorry. Phantasma is the first book, and Chantra is the one that's going to be coming out. That is April 8th, and I am excited. This one is also such a pretty cover. Everyone's really like checking that box of pretty ass cover because that looks gorgeous, and I'm very excited to read it. I just saw that, but I remember it was something about like a game, so it gave like Caraval vibes, some people were saying, but I am very excited to read both of these, hopefully this year. We're really going to be trying to read the next year, and I'm very excited. Like, I can't wait. After that, we have Watch Me, which is going to come out April 15th, and this is part of the Shatter Me series. I don't know if this is, I don't want to get spoiled, but okay, so this is the Shatter Me, the New Republic, and it's number 1. I'm not going to look at anything else because New Republic sounds like a spoiler. I started the Shatter Me series this year, as we all know. I read the first one in a novella. I still haven't gone on with the series, but once again, I really want to get to it next year. So it's very exciting seeing another book come out, so I'm not sure if this is a novella or just like a new book in general. I have a lot to go with that series, so we gotta like start going. I have, I believe, the first and or the second and the third. Yeah, I do have the next two that I gotta read and the next novella. So I am kind of stocked up so I don't have to, well, I feel like for my book buying ban, I'm allowed to buy books that are already in series that I'm gonna read. But this is one that I am excited for. It just looks so pretty as well. And yeah, it's another Shadow Me book. So hopefully it just doesn't kind of like draw out. I don't hope that's not like a problem throughout the series, but we shall see. And then the last and final one that is going to come out on April 22nd is Big, Beautiful, Beautiful Life. Did I say that right? Okay, it's Great Big Beautiful Life, and this is Emily Henry's new book to come out, and I'm so excited. I caught up in Emily Henry books this year. Read all those books like in a row, and they were just so much fun getting into a full Emily Henry just series like that. Let me kind of explain what's happening. Two writers compete for the chance to tell the larger than life story of a woman with more than a couple of plot twists up her sleeve. Alice Scott is an external optimistic, still dreaming of her big writing break. Hayden Anderson is a Pulitzer Prize winning human thundercloud, and they're both on balmy little Crescent Island for the same reason: to write the biography of a woman no one has seen in years, or at least to meet with the octogenarian claims to be Margaret Ives, Margaret Heiress, former tabloid princess, and daughter of one of the most storied and scandalous families of the 20th century. When Margaret invites them both for a 1-month trial period, after which she'll choose a person who will tell her story, there are 3 things keeping Alice's head in the game. 1, Alice generally likes people, which means people usually like Alice. She has a whole month to win the legendary woman over. 2, she's ready for this job and the chance to impress her perennially unimpressed family with a serious publication. Hayden Anderson, who should have no reason to be concerned about losing this book, is glowering at her in a shaken to the core way that suggests he sees her as competition. But the problem is, Margaret is only giving each of them pieces of the story. Pieces they can't swap to put together because of an ironclad NDA and an inconvenient yearning pulsing between them every time they're in the same room. And it's becoming abundantly clear that their story, just like the tale Margaret's spinning, could be a mystery, tragedy, or a love ballad, depending on who's telling it. Stop. Is this gonna be my new favorite book? That actually sounds so good. I'm so excited, guys. It sounds so good. I had not known anything about this. That sounds really like up my alley. Again, I don't know if this is going to be like a summer romance. She's very proud about that. She's wonderful every time because it sounds like they're on an island, but I'm not sure. So this one is going to be coming out April 22nd. So mark your calendars. I'm gonna put these on my calendar and I'm gonna put it in my writing journal and see it every single day so that I know when this one's coming out. We have May, my birthday month, and the first one to make my 21st birthday even better, One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. This Summer Will Be Different came out on my 20th birthday this year, and I was so excited. It was like my nice little birthday present to me, and Becca and I went to the bookstore for it. Now Becca and I are gonna go to the bookstore before my birthday to get One Golden Summer. This is Charlie's book, so this connects to the Every Summer After book, and it's Charlie, which is Sam's older brother. Yeah, I'm so excited, guys. Literally Every Summer After is one of my absolute favorite books. It broke my heart. It shattered me in a million pieces, but that book was so freaking good, and I cannot wait to read Charlie's book. Charlie deserves the world, and I just hope that he gets that. I hope he finds someone, and I'm very excited. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. I love her like watercolor books. They're just so beautiful. Oh my god, I'm actually like getting so excited. I'm getting very excited to think of Every Summer After, and I hope we can see where Persephone and Sam are. The next one is gonna be Love Arranged. I think it's like a fake wedding type idea. This one is gonna come out May 13th, so it's only a couple of days after Carly Fortune's book, and this is Lauren Asher's third book to the Lakefront Billionaire series. I fell in love with that series this year. It's gonna be Lorenzo. I can't think of the other girl, but Lorenzo really caught my eye when I was reading Love Unwritten. Love Unwritten wasn't my favorite. I felt like it was dragged out a lot, so I'm really hoping with the third one she kind of like makes it a little smaller, but also make sure that like those main ideas are still in there. In June, it's gonna be Sounds Like Love in this. It's gonna be Ashley Poston's newest book. One, can we look at this cover? It is so stinking gorgeous. I love it so much. The color schemes of all of her books are so beautiful. I cannot wait to read it. It is just absolutely magnificent, and she's always got that magical realism in it, and so I am excited to see what this one will be like. And I feel like all of her books are just different and so beautiful. They all give you like a different lesson, and I'm hoping that she always has that family aspect too. She always adds it in somehow, and it's always perfectly done. The next one is actually actually one I saw. It's called Bury Our Bones and Then Midnight Soil, and that comes out June 10th. That is V.E. Schwab's book. Now I have one of her books. I can't remember which one it is, but then I read Savage Song by her when like I want to say freshman year. I ate that book duology up. I absolutely loved it. It was so good. I bawled my eyes out, and I really want to get into another V.E. Schwab book. It says this: 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, and one grows deep, and one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. That's all that I saw. I was like trying to look for other books that I might be interested to come out in 2025, and I saw that, and I was like, okay. Add to cart. I'm so excited. Very last book that I'm going to talk about. It's the only one in July that I found. So this one is called Rose in Chains, and this is the first book in the Evermore trilogy, and this is by Julie Soto. Captured as her castle is overrun by the enemy, Bryony Rosewood knows that the world as she knows it is changed forever. Dark forces of Bemard have won, and her people, the Eversons, face imminent servitude, imprisonment, or death. Her brother, fated to be heir twice over and united the warring kingdoms, is dead. Stripped of her mind's magic and her freedom, Bryony and the other survivors are quickly auctioned off to the highest bidder in an auction. As the heir apparent sister, she fetches the highest price. After fierce binding war, she's sold to none other than the Tobin, a high-ranking Beaumartson, and her long-time and ill-fated infatuation. Scion of a family known for the cruel control of heart magic, the Hearst, are ruthlessly ambitious, and Bryony knows they will use her however they can to further their own interests. Yet despite the horrors of the new world and the role she must learn to play within it, all is not lost. And it also reminded me of, like, I think it's called Ash Princess or something. The cover is actually so pretty. I'll put it up right here. It's not on Goodreads, so I could find it, but I just thought that one sounded very interesting and intriguing, and it was like a new series that I can get into. And I cannot wait to read all of them. That's something to look forward to. And with that, 2025 new release list that I have so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like death right now. All I've been doing is talking and reading, and I am so dead from last night. I cannot wait for all these new books to come out. I'm actually really excited now that I saw the books and I read their synopsises. There are a lot of ones that I am very intrigued and excited for, and I cannot wait. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so every time I post. I hope you guys enjoyed Bookmas 8. I want to say I hope it's right, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.